So the idea goes like this. Companies go through peace times and war times. What's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing well today. I want to talk about Ben Horowitz's book, The Hard Thing About Hard Things, and specifically one notion that's described in the book that he refers to as peacetime and wartime CEOs. This is a very important concept. So the idea goes like this. Companies go through peace times and war times. Think about peace times where companies have sizable market advantages and moats. Competitors aren't really a big threat to them. Think about Google in search is a great example. Now contrast this in war times, companies are fending off imminent existential threats. Think about Apple when Steve Jobs returned and they had weeks to live. Most companies, I believe, are operating in wartime. They don't have monopolies or huge moats, and they are constantly fending off existential threats from competitors. Now, Ben Horowitz continues to say that depending on whether you're in peacetime or wartime, you want to adjust your management style, your leadership style. And peacetime leaders want to encourage more broad-based creativity, autonomy across the team, spending time defining culture. And wartime leaders, on the other hand, don't have this luxury. They don't have time. They are facing an existential imminent threat. They are under attack, and they must focus all their energy on their core mission. They can afford to be more, say, authoritarian in ensuring that mission is the focus and everybody is staying focused. In a great story from Andy Grove's book, the former CEO of Intel, the book is called Only the Paranoid Survive. In the 80s, Intel was faced with such an existential threat from Japanese companies in the computer memory market. This was Intel's primary market. And Intel asked themselves, if we were all fired today, management across the company, and new management came in, what decisions would they make? What would they do about this threat? And it was obvious to them when they asked this question, when prompted with it, that they would shut down the memory business and move into CPUs. So that's what they did. It was a really tough decision, and they had to lay off 80% of the company that was in the memory department, in the memory business, and move into CPUs, and that worked out really well for Intel in that case. Now, Andy was all the way on the wartime spectrum. He really believed that the company was always in wartime. That's why his book is called Only the Paranoid Survive. So how can we use this? For companies clearly in wartime, you don't need to think much about this. You're already moving with urgency. Your survival instinct is already kicking in. The question is really, how should companies that are in peacetime think about this? And I believe a lot of companies are operating like they are in peacetime. The paradox is that many companies who are in peacetime are one day away from wartime. You can wake up and the next day a competitor is coming out with some innovation that is really threatening your business. Look at OpenAI and ChatGPT. This is a perfect example. Google wakes up one day and ChatGPT has taken the world by storm, and now all of a sudden their monopoly in search is under attack. And what does Google do? They move right into wartime, right? They release Bard and they have a full-on push on generative AI and all that. And so for companies that are operating as though they are in peacetime, I think that they would benefit from a dose of wartime. But like with many ideas taken to the extreme, this could be detrimental. I don't mean operate like you're in wartime all the time. You know, in operating in wartime, you might burn employees out. You might negatively affect culture by not focusing on it, not giving it love. Employee retention might suffer, but I assure you there are sensible decisions in your business that you would make differently if you were presented with this thought exercise. How would we make decisions differently if we were in wartime? So asking questions like, what would our team look like if we were in wartime? Would we make any changes? What changes would we make to our product focus? What different decisions would we make today if presented with an existential threat? So I think this is a really important thought exercise to go through as a leader to change your mindset around how you might behave and what decisions are you not making today that you would make if there was more of an existential threat to your business. And I think that this can help drive performance of your business when you think this way. So that's it. Hope you're all doing well out there. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so I can keep making videos like this for you.